Hi my friends, and welcome back. I'm George Pierce. I do want to thank you for watching. This video is about it's about why some people succeed and most people don't. Why? What's going on? How come, why is it that some people succeed and most people don't? This video is actually based on an article in the Harvard Business Review, and it is a post on one of my websites. I'm going to leave a link to that, and I'm going to be creating a video shortly about how you can create a similar website for free in less than 3 hours, but that's another video. So why do some people succeed and while others that seem to be very talented, very gifted, and so on, they just don't succeed? What's going on? According to Carol Dweck, and that is the author of the article that I'm referring to, Carol Dweck is a Stanford professor and author of Mindset, the New Psychology of Success. And according to her, you and I need what is called a growth mindset. It's pretty much that simple. If we have what's called a growth mindset, we're on our way to success. And if we have what's called a fixed mindset, we're kind of dead in the water. So let me get into what is a growth mindset, how is it going to help us, what is a fixed mindset, are we falling into that trap? And I do want to ask you to stay to the end, because I'm going to give you a few tips that are going to help you to awaken that growth mindset and therefore get you on the road to success. Again, there's two mindsets, a fixed mindset, a growth mindset. So let's talk about a fixed mindset. A fixed mindset is the belief that intelligence, certain characteristics, certain traits, talent, and abilities are fixed assets. In other words, we've been given this is what we've been given by our Creator, this is what we have, this is what we're born with, and that's the end of it. There's others that, of course, believe in what's called the growth mindset, and I think more and more people are switching over to this particular belief. And a growth mindset is one in which your talent and your abilities can be developed, and therefore you can grow over time. The growth can be achieved with studying, mentoring, and experience. So with a growth mindset, things like looks, innate ability, and intelligence are not the issue. I do want to talk about what I call the trap, because I think this is what a lot of people fall into, and I hope that you're not one of the victims of this trap. And what that is the trap of the fixed mindset. What's surprising is that anybody can fall into this trap, and I mean anybody. In fact, some of the most talented people, some of the most gifted people fall into the fixed mindset trap. These are people that have done well. They've done well in school. Maybe they were president of their high school, done well in school, gotten great grades. They've excelled, and yet they are very vulnerable to the fixed mindset trap. And of course, there's also the other people that are just barely squeaking by. They may have just graduated by the skin of their teeth, so to speak, not so good grades and so on. What happens in both of these cases is that they kind of shut themselves off from growth. A successful person in school thinks that they kind of already have all they need. They don't need any more, so they tend to shut off the growth. And the person that just barely gets by may feel as though that is their destiny. They're not destined for success. They're not destined for growth. They're not destined for much of anything. They're just going to simply be poor, kind of eke out an existence for the rest of their life. Both of those categories tend to shut off the growth mindset. There's another category of people. These are the people that are simply afraid, and this is normal. They're afraid to do something new. They're afraid to make a change. They're afraid of success. They're afraid of failure. If they try something, they may fail. Well, they're afraid of that failure. Of course, if they try something, they may succeed. They may even be afraid of the success. But in other words, fear is a major contributor to the fact that they're just not going to go there anyways, because they're afraid to grow. So fear is another hook that can be holding you back, to be stunting your growth. There are a few people, however, that I call the untrapped. They've not been trapped by that fixed mindset. They have the growth mindset. And these are the people that end up doing amazing things. Why? Why is that? Well, it's been shown, it's been proven. Studies have shown that these people have what is called a growth mindset. The growth is constant, the growth is persistent, the growth is consistent, and even when they arrive, even when they become successful, so to speak, they're still growing. They're still growing. And that's because it's become part of their nature, you might say. That's kind of who they are. Well, how is this going to benefit you? Developing a growth mindset actually is going to help you to change your attitude. It's going to help you to change your perception. What it's going to mean is that challenges, obstacles, roadblocks, and so forth are no longer threats. They're no longer dreaded. They become opportunities. They present an opportunity for growth. They present an opportunity for learning. Well, growth mindset, what that's going to mean is that instead of having a negative, protective, or defensive attitude, with a growth mindset, you're going to be able to focus on the actual process. Not on the problem, but on the solution. Not on the problem, but on the process. Not on the success or the failure, but on the process. And what that means is that's going to allow you to find a solution, to implement the solution. In other words, those steps that are going to result in your success. And all these little successes add up to your overall success. With a growth mindset, even failures have value. In fact, they have significant value, perhaps even more value than your successes. And the reason is that they become a learning experience. They become a growth experience. In fact, typically the best learning and growth experience, because you actually learn and grow the best. Failures no longer hinder your success. They end up being springboards to propel you even further ahead. Studies have shown that focusing on our talent, praising one's talent, such as an employee or a child, can lead to a fixed mindset. Studies have also shown that focus or praise on grit, determination, effort can lead to a growth mindset, and therefore prepare yourself, your employee, or your children to better deal with and overcome obstacles. Let me talk a little bit about comfort, because one of the things that's going to happen with a growth mindset is that it's going to help you to venture more and more out of your comfort zone. You're going to take more and more risks, and calculated risks, of course, but you're going to take more risks, and that's an important step towards success. Being more willing and open to taking risks means that you're going to be more willing to step out of your comfort zone. The good news is that the more often that you do this, the more often that you step out of your comfort zone, the easier it gets. Each time it gets easier and easier and easier. So you get more and more comfortable with being uncomfortable, so to speak. So your uncomfortable situations become less and less uncomfortable as you engage in brand new things and brand new challenges and so on. And this means that you become a novice over and over again. This can be fearful and confusing and equal a struggle with a fixed mindset. With a growth mindset, confusion and struggle are just kind of part of doing business. It's just part of the process. Confusion and struggle are part of the process. Fear won't even show its ugly head, and you'll be able to overcome confusion with learning, with study, with research, and this will change confusion to clarity. Struggle will simply build. So you're not only going to be more comfortable, a lot more comfortable, you're actually going to embrace these negatives that used to repel you, that used to shun you, that used to scare you. You're going to be almost thankful for them. Once you understand the benefit and the actual value of these negatives, you're going to embrace them and become much more comfortable with them. How to engage your mindset? How do you set up this mindset? How do you create a growth mindset? Number one, put the utmost value on learning, dedication, passion, and growth. Learning, dedication, passion, growth. Now, what you already know, number two, what you already know has value. In other words, what's already stored in your brain has value, certainly a lot of value, but what you are about to learn is really what matters. Put more value, put more priority on what you are about to learn. Be more willing to take risks. Be more willing to step out of your comfort zone. It gets easier and easier each time. Number four, dive in. Engage with a wholehearted mindset, a wholehearted approach. Number 5, you'll discover that a growth mindset allows you to enjoy your journey. They say it's not the destination, it's the journey, and that's the truth. So enjoy the journey. Allow that joy to manifest. And this newfound pleasure, this newfound joy will add to your growth mindset. It will make it even better. Research has proven that a growth mindset is essential for your success. So consider that your mindset is like a flower. And if you have a fixed mindset, that flower is all tied up. It can't open. So that fixed mindset prevents that flower from blooming. Whereas a growth mindset, you've taken that string off of the flower, and now it can bloom. So don't let your mindset hold you back. If you like this video, and I hope you do, give us a big old thumbs up. Do that right now, and while you're at it, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring the bell. That way you're going to get notified when these videos are published. I do want to thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, and allow me to wish you much success.